Morning Vietnam. Yo, 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 yo,
I feel hot.
Hot.
A lot.
All right, let's roll.
Okay. I used to focus only on hurts. I had many gifts, but I was my own curse. But hold up, wait a minute, stop that. I need to focus on now, not that.
Get your mind right and your money tight.
What's going on, people? This is What We Thinking, and I'm one of your hosts, Influence. To the right of me, I got the other host, Bryson.
Hello.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Coolin',
Influence.
coolin'.
What's going on, Ben?
Cooling.
That's good.
I was about to have an Eminem moment. Motherfucker, I'm Ben. Pass me the ball. You remember when Eminem said that? When he was like, yeah, I went back to Detroit. And motherfucker was like, hey, Eminem. He's like, bitch. He said he was playing basketball. Motherfucker was like, Eminem. Like, bitch, you knew me since I was 5. Yeah. Pass me the ball. I'm Marshall. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah. But
and like Tupac said, he was like 1 year he wasn't famous. The next year he was famous, and he was in the same dirty party, you know, with with the same people.
And everybody was on.
You can't even stand next to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what that fame would do. That's what it'll do. What's been going on with your week?
Oh man, I've been eating. Enjoying eating. But I got to start eating healthier because my cholesterol was high. I went to the doctor and my cholesterol was high. So
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, so I got to do better. I have to do better.
Am I even in the frame? Can you see?
Yeah.
Me? Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Ben?
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes.
Just behind the scenes checking stuff. So your cholesterol was high.
My cholesterol was high.
Yeah, that ain't good.
So
gotta get that.
I've been enjoying food.
Yeah, I need to stop kicking the camera for one.
I'm thinking about going vegan again.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean that year that I did that, I lost so much weight, and I think it was good for me.
Yeah, it probably was. You know, it's probably I always say everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably moderated some stuff for you.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I may have to work on is maybe like more protein intake and exercising, building muscle, because I noticed I got weaker. I lost weight and like.
You probably lost muscle.
Yeah.
Because you wasn't working
sure
out.
I did, yeah. Well, I was working, right?
Well, why you
pushing around really heavy pallets, huh?
Why you think you got weaker?
Because I lost, like, probably what you said. Probably because I lost.
Yeah, but I mean,
muscle.
why you lost muscle versus another time?
Well, you said, well, I wasn't eating any meat. I probably wasn't getting enough protein. I probably, at times, I'm sure I wasn't eating enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. See, that's the thing, too. When you go vegan.
Because I had a girlfriend who I was giving all my money to.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes I was starving.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad that ain't a situation no more.
Yeah, me too.
I
learned my lesson.
Learned your lesson. That's a good thing.
Man, what else been going on with me? I got STD. I got tested. Let me clear it up. I got tested.
I was about to say, Jesus Christ.
And I'm all good.
Going out in the world.
No STDs, no STIs. Negative.
That is great.
Which is a positive in this situation.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
positive.
saying? Yeah, trying to stay that way.
I hear that.
Thinking about
negative, right?
Taking PrEP.
The thing with PrEP too, that a lot of people don't know, which is why a lot of the STDs are coming back. You still got to use a condom.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's for the prevention of HIV, but not everything else.
Not everything else.
Not
and that's
everything
what people
else.
need to understand. This is a public service. I know it's early in the podcast, but public service announcement, because that's why there's a lot of STDs coming back, because people are using it and they like, oh, I can't get HIV, so I'll just use this and be good. But nah, it's a whole bunch of other shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
So just be safe, people. Be
Syphilis.
safe. Yeah, all that good
gonorrhea.
stuff. Yeah,
chlamydia. Herpes. Shoot.
Nah, for real though.
Was it trichomoniasis? I don't know. That's
Jesus Christ. What is that?
I don't know. If I might not have said that right.
I think he might have made that one up.
It's something around there.
But what else been going on with your week?
Shoot, man. What else been
Anything
going
else?
on? Anything else?
Driving? You was driving, right?
Been driving.
Yeah, driving.
I've been driving.
It's always driving.
Yeah. Oh, I posted some YouTube videos after like maybe years of not having the YouTube videos. You know, I noticed for me.
Oh yeah, I saw it all.
Yeah. I noticed for me that the best way for me to do it, because I thought about posting YouTube videos of me talking about things, but I noticed the best way for me to do it is like to sing, because I like to sing and come up with singing things.
True.
And so that's just a natural like love and you know thing. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just look at it like that. It's just fun for me. You know, I had some on camera moments where it was like I didn't care so much.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I got these things going on right here, these cow licks, you know. And I saw that and I was like, oh, but you know, fuck it. That's what it is. Although I am thinking about going bald.
Going bald.
Yeah, going baldy.
That's my next move.
Going baldy and keeping the beard.
If some more of these hairs run off my head, that's my next move. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, what's been going on with you?
Not much. Working. Got some new action figures. You know, that's what I do.
I saw a little of the
Venom.
Yeah, that you posted the video.
Oh yeah,
where you was sticking the different tongues in his mouth. Not your tongue, but they're different tongues of his.
True.
Accessories, and
yeah,
it was pretty cool. And that thing is big.
Yeah, it's big.
That's what she said.
Yeah, true.
That's one of your bigger figures there.
Yeah, as far as like comic book characters, I mean, it's a 1/6 figure. It's the scale with those, but Venom's so much bigger than them.
Really?
Like it's 1/6. All of them are 1/6. So
wait, so Venom
Moon Knight is 1/6 of the real person. All those are 1/6. So 6 times whatever. So Venom would be. I mean, that particular iteration of Venom, which is from Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Okay.
But what else? Another comic book thing this week. I watched Daredevil, first 2 episodes.
Okay.
That was great. Great show. Great. Glad I had Daredevil back. Acting still is top tier. Story writing still top tier so far. Only thing was in the beginning, and it still was dope. And I watched it again. I watched the beginning again. I don't know what that is. I watched the beginning again, and I'm going to watch the whole 2 episodes again, just to see if I saw anything else. But after I watched the beginning again, I'm leading to the CGI. Anybody that watched Daredevil, do you watch it?
No.
You haven't watched the original series either. Well, the first 3 seasons. This is this is taking place right after that, but it's kind of it's not a reboot because everybody's still in it. Like same people still in it, so it's not really a reboot. It's taking place right after, but it just took a long time, and it's called Born Again. But now it's on Disney. So everybody was scared that Disney was gonna soften it up and they did not. Second episode, the first episode, I was getting to the CGI. CGI was terrible. Like in the beginning, because there was a. Are you planning on watching it?
No, probably not.
Okay, I'll tell you then. So, Daredevil, his peoples is out chilling, and spoiler alert, if you ain't seen it, it's been a week, so I'll talk about it. Yeah, so they was out at the bar, him, Foggy, his partner, his law partner, and Karen Page. Is it Karen? Yeah. So they're all going out the bar and having a good drink. And Bullseye comes back. You don't know who Bullseye is. He's one of the villains, but he has like superhuman ability to hit anything with anything. Like he can.
Oh, I think I may have seen him somewhere before.
I think he was in the old Daredevil too.
Okay.
I think he was played by Colin Farrell in the old Daredevil.
On the movie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Bullseye is in there, but the dude that plays Bullseye on the show is, that show is just, it's so much better than any Daredevil lore ever. And Charlie Cox is Daredevil. I don't want nobody else to be Daredevil. Nobody else can be Daredevil. And Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin, and I don't want nobody else to be Kingpin.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah, D'Onofrio. Sorry about that. I try not to butcher people's name, but I didn't know what it was. I only saw it like twice because he's Kingpin to me. But
is the girl in there?
Who?
What's her name?
Echo?
Yeah.
No, but they talk about her. I like that too because he's like Kingpin. Did you see Hawkeye?
No.
You didn't see Hawkeye. Well, she shot Kingpin in the face in Hawkeye. In the eye.
Yeah, she did that in her show too. And Echo, she did that too.
Did she?
Yeah.
When?
I think it was the first episode.
Oh, they must have went back. Yeah, they went back. That was Hawkeye they showed. Yeah, that was Hawkeye. That was
okay.
It happened during Hawkeye.
Okay.
Like the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hawkeye's underrated too. Go see it. Go watch it if you ain't watched it. But yeah, she shot him in the face. So all that played because he lost a lot of weight. I think he lost weight in real life, but they put it into the story. So I like that. But getting back to the CGI, I keep getting sidetracked. It was so great. But yeah, like they had a whole lot of CGI. Like the scene was Bullseye killed his best friend. Basically, he shot his best friend through the heart, and while they were standing out in front of the bar, and Daredevil did his thing, but like he got his weapon now, and he has his. I think the last season he got all of that. Like he uses two batons that can turn into one, and it has a wire that he can grapple with and swing around. So that's his weapon in the comic book, and he got that in season 3, I think. Finally, so he had that. It's built into his cane, his blind cane, and so he and got the suit on and grappled. But then, as soon as he grappled, everything turned into CGI. Like the whole thing, him fighting, like it was some. I think Bullseye threw some canisters of smoke, and it was some dust. Like you couldn't really see. It was faint. It was real people walking. But them two, they were CGI. Like the people. Like Daredevil and Bullseye were all CGI. Like the fight was all CGI. And I was just like, and it was bad. Bad CGI. And then you saw the people running. And when they were running past them, it looked weird because it was CGI. Of course, real people running past CGI characters. And then they showed them on the rooftop. Then they were in the stairwell and it was them. That was pretty dope because I do like the fights are still visceral and real. That's one of the things I love about this show. Like it's like real fights. Like they feel like real fights. Like he gets tired. He's just a human. Like he gets tired. He's very skilled and he can beat almost anybody's ass. But it reminds me of when he fought Wolverine. But I digress. But yeah, he in the hallway, that shit was dope. And Bullseye was like throwing knives. The bitches was like blip, blip, blip. He was like bloop, bloop, bloop. And then when he grabbed a pool ball and threw it back and hit this girl on the forehead and knocked her out. And that shit is all dope. But then it turned in, then they went to the roof and it all turned into CGI again. And and it looked like it. Like
Okay.
it looked like a cartoon. And it was just bad, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody said how bad it was. And I know it's not the CGI, it's the deadlines that Marvel gives these people. Whenever you see bad CGI, usually it's the deadlines. Like they don't have enough time. Cause you see the CGI in what I always use, Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit is flawless almost. But yeah, so that was the only negative of the whole show, was that little part. But then I think the end of they put so much in the show. I just sell the whole show. So you can tell I like it. One particular part I like. Do you know that like there are cops across the country that uses a Punisher symbol?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's cops across the country that started, like, they really commandeered the Punisher symbol. Marvel Comics even had to bring out a statement about it because they're like idolizing the Punisher.
Okay.
And there's like, most of them dirty cops. Like ain't no cop gonna idolize the Punisher. That's a good cop. You know what I mean? Like even the Punisher ain't no hero. Punisher never said he's a hero. He's not even an anti-hero. He likes killing people and he does it for fun. And he kills people that, some people might say need killing. They're always bad people. But even the Punisher in one of the comics, they addressed it in that. Because there was a cop that came across him and he had this Punisher thing on his suit. And he was like, what's this? And the Punisher took it off of him and broke it. And he was like, I'm not no role model. He's like, look at Captain America for that shit. He said, y'all should be looking at Captain America. He's like, not me as a cop. And that's basically it. Like Punisher would have killed all them fucking cops. Like any of them cops that's wilding out, like he'd take all them bitches out. He don't like that shit either. So long story short, it's some dirty cops in Daredevil, and Daredevil pulls back his arm and he has a tattoo of the Punisher symbol. And I think that's so dope. And Daredevil's trying not to be Daredevil. Like that's basically what the storyline is. And Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, just became mayor in New York. He just won mayor in New York.
Okay.
And so, and he's pissed. Like Matt Murdock is pissed. And these dirty cops are trying to kill this witness for this other, I don't want to get too deep in the woods and the whole storyline, but when Matt came across the dirty cops, they tried to kill him, and he's like forced to defend himself. Yo, he fucked these two cops up so bad. That shit was so fucking satisfying because you seen him throughout the whole show doing bullshit, and he pulled back dude's arm and saw the Punisher symbol, and they just showed it briefly. I don't think he's blind, but he can feel regular ink like it's braille. So I don't know if he felt it or what, but I'm waiting for it because Punisher's in it too. It's gonna be in the season, so I'm waiting for the Punisher to find out about this shit. So I know they're about to do some crazy shit. But yeah, it was super dope. Super dope. Like I said, the writing is great. The CGI was the only negative. Like that little part. I know a lot of people was like, it took me out of the story. That one, and I'm like, no, it didn't. Not really. Like it didn't really. It did take me out of the moment, the fight, in parts. But I watched it. Like I said, I watched it later, and it wasn't as terrible as the first jarring. I guess because I already seen it.
Okay.
Like when I saw it the first time though, like the premiere, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like that shit looked like a cartoon. Like it looked like it just turned into a cartoon real quick.
You said the premiere?
Yeah. The premiere was Wednesday. No, Tuesday.
So now it looks different.
I know what you're getting at, and possibly maybe they did make it better. I don't know.
Okay.
But the premiere when it first came out, but I'm thinking it's more so my perception of it. Okay. Because I already saw it, so it wasn't as jarring. I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe they did because they do that. Okay. Like they do that throughout. They've done that with Spider-Man. They did it with all of them. All of them. Like they've changed stuff. Like they've taken stuff out. They put stuff in. A lot of people don't know that there's a well, that's X-Men universe, but there's like a rogue cut of Days of Future Past that's longer and has Rogue in it and has a whole bunch of other storyline. It makes better sense than the original, even though I like the original. But yeah, so they do that. That is a possibility. But I just think it's my perception of it that made it a little better. Like, it wasn't as jarring. Because I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Like, the first time it was jarring because I just thought that they was going to keep the same formula and have real fights. Like, Netflix show was grimy. You know, the Netflix show, all the fights was real. Like, season 1, episode 3, that's the big one. I know everybody knows like there's a long hallway and all these bad dudes, and he fights all these dudes, and it's one shot, never cuts, and he fights like 20 dudes down this long hallway trying to get to somebody, and just the way it's shot, like him, he gets fucked up. Like, I mean, he's just a regular dude. Like, you know, it's 20 dudes. Now, he's very skillful and he beat him, but like, he gets fucked up along the way. Like, and it looks real. Like, he's tired. He's like, ugh. Like, by the time he gets to the end, he's like, ugh, throwing people into the wall, like doing whatever he got to do to knock them out, like you would in a real fight. Yeah. Even if you were skilled as him, like, it's, you know, and his senses are what helps him more than, I mean, he is superhuman in that respect, but he just don't have superhuman strength.
I may have seen that scene. The way you're talking about this new season, it makes me wanna check out, you know, a couple episodes.
I would just watch the first 2 episodes and see. I mean, the first 2 are on there now. It is a weekly show, so, which I hate, but I understand why. I know why they do it. They need to retain subscribers.
That's like
the only reason they do that shit.
Yeah, I like when they.
Yeah, I like them all drop. I know we was in the threads. I was in the threads debate about that because people was like, "Oh, you see these shows that come out weekly, they're better than the other shows," and I'm like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. And their only reason they're putting them out weekly is to keep subscribers because they know somebody watched that shit in a weekend and then cancel the motherfucking subscription, which I would too if that's the only thing I'm wanting to see. So I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Like, people were saying, well, it was a few people. It wasn't a whole bunch of people. It's not like they did a statistics survey on the United States, but yeah, people were saying that, and I'm like, they ain't got shit to do with it. Yeah, I hate it. I just want them all on there.
Yeah, me too.
Like Paradise. You watch Paradise?
Yeah, I was thinking of that one. Yeah.
You watch?
I didn't see it the last episode.
Oh, okay. I ain't gonna talk about that then. That shit is dope. But I will say, I think people. I don't know. I don't want to tell you too much.
Don't tell me nothing.
Nah, I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
I was watching
I just didn't want. Like, I think some people had crazy different expectation of what was going to happen in that episode. So I think that's the only thing. Like, just go in there with no expectations. I think it was great. It was great finale. I loved it, and I'm glad that show got a season 2.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, they already, like, you know, greenlit it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was watching the Joe Budden podcast earlier, and, like, you know, they was getting ready to talk about it. I turned it off.
Oh, yeah. I hate that. That always happens to me. Like, people start talking about this shit just like now, like how I'm talking about Daredevil. But yeah, I ain't tell you everything. Like, it's a lot of story there, though. It's a lot of the story that I left out. Okay. So I would definitely watch the first 2.
Excuse me, I think this got me coughing. But because I didn't have any interest in it, like, you talking about it the way you are makes me want to check it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great show. I mean, the first 3 seasons were great. I think a lot of people that know Daredevil, they got kind of. I was fine with the first season. I know they got kind of frustrated because they wanted him to be more Daredevil-y. It was an origin story though, so. Like, I don't think he got his suit until the end of the first season. So, but I know a lot of people was mad about that. I mean, there's plenty of more that were like, this shit is dope than the truth. But I think they was waiting for him to be Daredevil, like, the second one. But nah, he wore the suit that he wore in the comics. for a while. Like just like Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man made his own suit. Like that suit he had in the beginning was the suit he made in the beginning. Like, I mean, he made a better suit later. It wasn't Tony. They kind of changed that up. But I'm glad they did it because people was always like, how does 15-year-old make this fucking suit? Like, his sewing skills is fucking bomb. Like, this motherfucker is 15, 14 going on 15. Like, when he first became Spider-Man, yeah, he was like 14, I think. 14 or 15 in the comics. So they always was like, how the fuck he make this suit? He can sew his ass off. That shit fits perfect. So I kind of like that they had Tony make his suit with all the tech in it and everything. But yeah, Paradise was dope. Like I said, I ain't gonna say much.
I gotta see that. I'll watch that either tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Because like the thing is, like me and my mom watched that together. So
okay.
You know, I know it came out Tuesday. Yeah. She waiting for me. So.
She waiting for you. Yeah, she waiting for the weekend when you got off. Yeah. Okay. Nah, that's cool. That's cool.
And me too, because I could put it on.
Yeah, on the truck. That's what I mean. Like I know you can watch it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's cool that you wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how me and my lady, like, we got stuff we watch together and we got stuff we watch separately. So I kind of, and some of the separate stuff that she watched, I'm interested in. But at the same time, I know sometimes she be waiting for me or I'll be waiting for her. And I just be like, fuck it, let her have it so she can watch it whenever she want. Even though I'll be interested in some of that shit. But I know I can't watch everything. Like when I be doing videos, I be doing all this other shit. So when she has time off to watch it, I know I ain't always got time. So I'll just be like, fuck it. Let her have that one.
I don't know if I should drink this stuff no more.
Why?
Because I've been coughing.
I've been coughing before.
Was I coughing before I started drinking it? Oh.
Yeah. You was coughing before you started.
I got a little cough. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It might make you cough more. Because you know how like when you eat oranges sometimes your throat gets like
citrus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be what it's doing. Who
Okay.
knows?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Like it might be tickling a little bit. Did you see Diddy's lawyer quit?
I heard about that.
Or he was trying to quit. I don't know if he quit. I mean, he was trying to quit. But I think that's wild. Like, that's crazy. Because, well, I heard some different stuff. Reasons why. I don't know what's true. This is all alleged. I don't know what's true or was not true. I just heard that. Well, the one thing that struck me was that he said because you can't just quit as a lawyer. You got to write up a motion to be dismissed from representing the person.
Yeah.
According to the bar, I believe. When he wrote that, he said, under no circumstances can I continue being his lawyer. And I'm like, yo, that's wild.
Well,
but
yeah.
Nah, go ahead.
I don't know if those were the exact words.
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was worse what he said, like the way he said it.
Yeah.
But it was that type of thing. Like I don't think it was that exact wording. Like I can't, under no circumstances. I think it was like, I don't know.
Well, his lawyer. I don't know if what I think is, and I heard some people talking about it, and they were saying it could be anything.
Yeah.
But it's the way that it looks.
Yeah, it's the way that it looks.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like it's the way that it looks because this dude represented Osama bin Laden and OJ. Like, I mean, I think he was on OJ team, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Looking at it, it looks crazy. But what I heard was, which I don't know if it's true, it's because of his son. They said his son is like throwing mad parties, like wild parties and shit. While his dad is gone, I guess, like he's like running the house. So he's throwing mad parties, and they told him to keep a low profile, and that could have. The thing is, lawyers don't like losing. Lawyers don't take cases that are losing cases. So it could very well just be that. Like he's like, all right, we're gonna lose because, or not always lose, like lawyers might take a case that they know may come with some jail time, but they look at winning differently. Like they look at not getting what the prosecution is trying to give as a win.
Was this before, like, Osama bin Laden? What are you talking about? Are you talking about before?
I've been researching. So he served as a counselor on the World Trade Center bombing conspiracy cases against Omar Abdul Rahman and Osama bin Laden. They weren't in the country, but he defended him, saying he shouldn't be prosecuted because he was unable to defend himself properly because he was not in the U.S. at the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is before he got killed. He defended his associate, and see, that's why you gotta be careful where you get your information from. I read, unless this is wrong too, I read that he got Osama bin Laden off from the death penalty, but it was the other guy. He received a life sentence. Oda? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he avoided the death penalty and received life sentence, which was one of the people that helped Osama. And I think they ruled for both not to receive the death penalty at the time. Osama received the death penalty. Obama got his ass. But yeah, I just was like, damn. Like that's all that is like you said, the optics of it could be worse than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like who knows? It could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
It could be maybe he had death in the family. Like who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows why he can't? But what I'm hearing is it's because his son is messing up the case because people are looking at his son, the FBI in particular, and then like, look, this dude is still doing the shit we got on tape. Like, what's happening?
I hadn't heard anything about the son partying.
Yeah, they said he been throwing parties, I guess, at the house. I don't know. I guess they released the house maybe, and after they got all the evidence or whatever out of there. But it could be at a different house. He probably owns a bunch of houses. His son probably owns a house. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they said he been having wild parties, been partying up. I'm like, man, yo, you gotta, and the lawyer particularly told his son, you need to keep a low profile, stay out the spotlight, don't do anything crazy, like whatever you need to do to keep your lifestyle, whatever financially, you know, not that he needs to do anything. I mean, I don't know how much of Diddy's assets they seized, but I'm sure he got money. They can't seize all that, but he's also like maybe in part of the case. So that's the other thing. Like you need to chill out for that reason. And you can still be picked up and charged, and they might just be waiting. They might just be waiting for this shit, like to have some more evidence. Like if I don't know what he's doing. Like maybe he's just having regular parties. Like who knows? Don't nobody know what's happening. But well, somebody knows. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, and it does. The optics are terrible, like because the trial is about to start, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? Man, that trial is gonna be probably as long as fucking Thug's trial, probably. Who knows though? It might be quick. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that was wild.
Wild and crazy.
So Jay-Z's charges were dropped.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. And he's suing now, which I think he's handled this how you should handle it.
Yeah, me
if
too.
You're innocent. I know everybody don't have the money to handle it this way, and that's the thing. I think that person, whoever it is, underestimated his cash flow. Like I don't know why, but I think if he would have been like maybe had 100 million or 50 million, something like that, he might have settled. But Jay he like unlimited, so it's almost unlimited money. So he's like, fuck that, I ain't selling, and I'm gonna sue your ass, take you to court. Like, so I mean, but I think everybody should face consequences. Anybody that does false allegations that are proven false should face consequences.
I agree.
You know, like I always say, I don't think it's as much as people like to say, especially as much as men like to say that they're false. But there are people out there that are bad actors and they do what's the word I'm looking for? Capitalize off of other people's heartaches. Yeah, because it doesn't do anything. I think other women should want to see them prosecuted as well, because it only hurts the women that aren't lying. It only hurts your case because you know people already think you're lying. So I got a couple music things I want to talk about.
I don't know if I have anything new. I'm still listening to Some Sexy Songs for You.
Oh, okay.
Still listening to it, enjoying it.
What you think about and oh yeah, I wanted to ask you this because I know you feel that way, and I'll tell you in a minute what way. What'd you think about Freddie Gibbs and J. Cole?
I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
I
actually do. I wish. But I think it's I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a lose-lose. But Freddie Gibbs goes, so I would. It would be entertaining to see him and J. Cole against each other. Now I think J. Cole would well, rapping wise, he would wash him. But I know you feel like he does. Like what you feel about. I'm fine with hearing J. Cole talk about
okay,
like killing rappers. I'm fine with it personally because I think it's. I think that's what you do. Like as a rapper, I think that's what you do. And I don't necessarily believe that you still can't talk about it because there was a specific reason why he ducked out of the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand people who say that though. And I know you've said that in the past.
Yeah,
like you was like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear any of that shit.
Yeah.
Which I understood. I understood why. And I understood why. But how you feel now? You still feel that way? Because I like his new song.
I think he can say things like, he can say certain things like, about being better than other rappers and it still be true if he's, without talking about battling. If he's just talking about, I'm just better, from what I'm doing.
Yeah, because it's true. It's still true.
Yeah.
Like I still am rapping at a level that's better than you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand some of the fucking murder you in a battle talk.
Yeah.
That needs to, or he needs to battle. That's probably another reason why I would like to see him go at Freddie Gibbs. Because I do think he's a better rapper than Freddie Gibbs. Not that Freddie Gibbs ain't nice, he is. And I do like a lot of his stuff. And I think it's not so far. His skills ain't so much less than J. Cole's that it would be asinine for him to say anything to him. I just think the star power is on a different level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that might be. It's kind of like, well, why you going at him? Why you gonna go back at him? I wouldn't even say nothing back at him.
Right.
But I don't know. I think this would be the right time to do it though, personally. Like I think especially if you gonna drop your album anytime soon, but you need to come with it too. Like you can fucking lose against Freddie Gibbs if he don't do what he need to do, and that's the other thing, because this would prove either way of what he said before if it was real. What he said before. Now, 100% think it was real. Like I don't think he was lying about that. But I think a lot of people was like, "Oh, that's an excuse." That's an excuse.
No,
I'm talking about like why he didn't want to get in that.
I believe
it too. I believe it too. And seeing where the battle did go, I mean, he was right. That's what they wanted. That's what the people wanted. They wanted blood, and he wasn't willing to give blood for those people that he felt like was his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now he don't know Frank Gibbs, so I mean, I understand both ways though. I understand both sides. Like people that's like, nah, he don't need to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I think what would be more entertaining is somebody on his level. And I was listening to a podcast, and the question was asked, well, who is
That's
there
what I
to
was
be
thinking.
a good match? And they said what I thought, which is nobody.
Yeah,
Which is nobody.
Other than Drake and Kendrick.
Right. And honestly, I don't want to see him battle now. I don't want to see J. Cole battle. I want to hear good music.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
I want to hear a good album.
I'm still on the fence. But I'm not one of them people. And I think I've changed my stance. Not because of him, but I think I changed it as I got older. Like, I'm not one of the people that are he ain't got no rings. He can't be great. He ain't battled. He can't be great.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of people that ain't battled,
right,
that are great.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily. It comes back to I said rings because I'm thinking of a conversation Michael Jordan just said, or I don't know if he just had, but it resurfaced and fans are mad at him for saying that. He's like, Oscar Robertson ain't better than me because he got 11 championships and I only got 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not better than LeBron because I got 6 and he only got 3,
mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, and that's coming out of Michael Jordan's mouth. He's like, and he's not saying I'm not better than these people.
Right.
He's just saying he don't feel like championships matter that much to the talk of greatness. And I've always felt like that because Charles Barkley, regardless of how I know he be saying some wild shit, I don't know, he might be canceled this week. I don't know. Don't hold it against me. But Charles was my man. I know he say some wild shit, and I don't agree with everything he talked about throughout his life. But there's no doubt that he was a great in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He should have won a championship. I feel bad that he don't, and I feel bad every time the people inside, every time Shaq and Kenny be fucking with him about winning. Because I know it stings. I know for an athlete, for a competitor, for any sport, that's the goal. So I understand that. But again, I don't think he's still top 50 in the NBA. Like Charles Barkley's still in the top 50 ever. That's not going to change. I mean, it might change in the future when I'm gone, but like he's still top 50. And I don't think the championships delete that.
Right.
So I get it. I get both ways. But in hip hop, it's always was like, oh, you ain't battle. You can't be a great if you don't battle. But I don't think that. I don't think that no more. I don't agree with that no more. I think there's so much other stuff. And at one time, I think maybe that was true. At one time, early on in hip hop, because that was one of the essence and one of the very few things that hip hop had. But I think hip hop done evolved so much these days that I think there's so much more to it now.
But is that true? Because I don't know of any battle that Rakim ever was in.
I mean, on a block, I've heard he's been in battles, and that was what it was. Like that's how hip hop started. Like, that was a staple in hip hop. So I do think it's true. Now Rakim is a great, and I don't know if he ever had. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, he's
had beef and he's addressed it in song, but I don't know if he's ever had like full on one song about a person about them and back and forth for a little length of time, at least a couple songs. I don't know if he's ever had that.
Yeah, but like you said, the block thing, J. Cole could have had that.
Yeah, he could have. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did or not. There's people that was what they're known for before they came into hip hop. Mm-hmm. There's certain people that being on the block, that's what they did. So yeah, I mean, it is a staple in hip hop, and was what started in hip hop. Like that kind of started hip hop. It was something that people did because they couldn't do anything else. Like it wasn't mainstream. It's what it was. We went to your hood, went to your hood. That's how we got it popping. But like I said, I think hip hop's evolved so much. There's so much more to it than just that. And I don't think just not having that and just wipe your shit off.
Right.
Like I don't believe that.
J. Cole is a great. Like
yeah, I believe that.
I like more than anything. Like I said, I just want to hear a great album from him, some great music.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I don't need.
I still listen to the old album, the album he released right before.
Okay.
I listened to that the other day.
Might delete later?
Yeah, might delete later.
Yeah, I don't need him to battle anybody.
Yeah. I would like to see it personally, but I don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't need it. I don't need it for him to be on a different level. I think he's on the level he's at, and he's there for a reason.
And one of the things he talked about is being aligned and on his path. And I want to see him stay on that path. And,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It really from what I saw of him, that song, 7 Minute Drill, was unlike him from what I had seen from him before.
And you know what? I think you're right. And maybe that's why it was somewhat lackluster, because he ain't have his heart in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not necessarily had anything to do with his skills. I just think he already had it in his mind, like, this ain't what I want to do, but I'm doing it because this is hip hop. And I think that's why he jumped in like that. But he probably, I mean, not probably, he said it himself, like, thought about it later, like, this ain't what I want to do. I'm not going where the people want me to go. So I'm just going to sit this one out, bruh. You got a new album, though, right?
Huh?
You bought a new album, right? The album.
Oh.
Album you bought.
A vinyl. We can do a little unboxing here. Michaela J's 33. I bought this. And I don't have a vinyl player, but I just wanted to support because I'm a fan of hers. Here live on air.
Live and direct. I don't know if I heard any of her music. You've been talking about her, though.
Yeah. And I bought it on iTunes, streamed it on.
Oh, so you wild out.
Yeah.
You wild out with the support.
Yeah, well, yeah, and she also has T-shirts that she's selling. I want to get one of those as well. Wear it on the pod. Yeah. She is in a relationship. It is great.
Oh, that's dope. That would be dope to hang if you was into it like that. Yeah, you gotta get yourself a vinyl player now. Get a good record players.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I gotta play it, see how it sounds. You know, is there a different sound?
Yeah, it's quite different. My vinyl player,
that's
speakers
cool.
Ain't great, so
it's a side A, and which is 5 songs on side A, and side B, 5 songs. That's cool. How many vinyls you got?
Like 5.
What you got? What are
4.
You got Enter the Wu? Did I see that?
Yeah, I got Wu-Tang. I got Nas, Illmatic. Michael Jackson.
Thriller?
Yeah. What's the other vinyls? I got 2 at my dad's house. My dad got a bunch of vinyls. I'm about to go through his collection.
I remember when I was younger and I was going through my dad's vinyl collection, record collection. He had that Rick James.
Oh yeah, Rick James.
Yeah, that Rick James. He had
my dad had Rick James. Still got it.
He might have had Richard Pryor.
Yeah, my dad had Richard Pryor. I remember listening to that. Sneaking and listening.
I might be getting it confused because he also had 8 tracks.
Yeah. You know what? I might be getting confused too because my dad had 8 tracks and I think he had Richard Pryor on 8 track, but he might have had both because my dad had the stereo system. I think that's where I got it from because he had like the component system, but it was like a big component system, and then that shit was probably expensive back then. That was probably brand new. It had like an 8 track player, had the turntable.
Oh yeah, that's what my dad had.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what my first record was.
What was it?
I was a kid. It's from McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? Did you have
ones?
Yeah.
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 I don't even know what it
was.
What song they had on there?
Where
I can't remember.
It's like a song and then like named like all the items.
Food?
Yeah. They're like
Of course.
Big Mac, with cheese, quarter pounder with the cheese.
Oh, okay.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Happy Meal, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm messing it up.
Yeah. I know what song you talking about.
I knew it though at the time.
That's wild. Hell yeah, fucking us up. Had us singing songs about fast food. But I think my first vinyl, it might have been that. But I know like my first music vinyl was Thriller.
Okay.
Yep. I remember I wanted that so bad.
And what did you say?
Jackson
Is there a
fanatic.
different sound? It's a different sound.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's like a warm sound.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people like it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not digitalized as today's music. Like with the digital age came with cleaner music. And sometimes I don't know if people understand sonics and the way your ears are. The new music is so clean and crushed and compressed and loud, because now it's like all about being loud, like the loudest you can. So they push it right to the threshold. Back when vinyl and even new vinyl does it a little bit as much as they can, but back when it was vinyl and reel to reel, that's really where it come from, when it was reel to reel, because you had that warm sound. It was lower. You can hear it. Like when you listen to old songs, right after you listen to new songs and you have it at the same volume, it'll be lower. It's because they haven't crushed it, haven't compressed it. So your ears is one of the reasons why new music gets out of favor, not just because of the way it's made and released. It's because people can't take it. Like your ears get fatigued. And it's subconscious. Audio engineers, they know. Like it's subconscious where you just don't want to hear that shit no more. Like whatever song it is. And then you move on to the next song. Like there's a lot of factors, but that's one of them. And old music didn't do that. That's why it's so timeless. One of the reasons why it's so timeless. I mean, the real instruments, the musicianship, all that shit plays into it. But one of the reasons it's so timeless is the way it sounded and the way your ears can just listen to it all day and not get fatigued. And it just don't make music like that no more, literally. Not just being an old person. It's just literal, don't make music like that no more. So it's just a different sound in music. And when you get a vinyl, you get some of that. You get some of that warmth there. So yeah, it's definitely a different sound. Some people say it's the pure sound. I say to each their own, but yeah, it's a better sound.
We were in the IMAX theater watching Captain America: Brave New World. At one point they were playing, or was that the end credits?
I think it was the end credits.
They were playing.
You mentioned it.
They were playing the song "I," right, by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, man,
I just want to sit here and listen to music.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to bring. You know what I didn't know? When you rent out, I know we was talking about renting out the theater, and like you can do that. You can do whatever you want. You can hook up the video game, PlayStation 5. Like, yeah, people do that.
Oh wow,
and play it on the theater.
Oh wow.
So that's kind of dope.
Fire.
I'm thinking I want to do that. It's like $200, $300, depending.
For
you
how
get
long?
enough people. I think like 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can depend on the movie length. You can watch 2 movies, or you can watch a movie then play some games or something. Yeah. That might be the play. I don't know. I might do that for a birthday or something. Maybe something like an adult party. That's what my cousin did. But we watched 300. I remember we watched 300 and the new one, the second one, the second 300. I forget what that was called. But that was pretty dope. And she made him start the movie over.
Oh,
yeah, because people was talking and stuff. She was like, I missed too much. She like start over. You heard any Jim Jones new music?
No, I haven't heard that.
I always like Jim Jones, but I'm impressed with his work ethic as of maybe the last 6 years or so. He's been putting in a lot of work. He reminds me of Styles. Even though Styles chilled out, like Styles got like 40 albums and people don't know. I always tell people like he put out like 3 albums a year for like 10 years, like a long time. And most of them are dope. Most of it is dope. I don't listen to everything. I do skip some. But Jim Jones is the same way. And as he got older, I think he's gotten better deals now. Like he was in, I think Jay-Z helped him with a deal at one point. And he's probably getting a little bit better pay. So, but I hate that him and Cameron is beefing the way they are. I wish they could make up or get back together or do whatever, or maybe just have peace and maybe they're not gonna be friends anymore. But just this back and forth, I hate to see that shit. Hate to see it. What you think about even though I don't really want to discuss the beef, I do want to discuss one of the reasons of the beef.
Okay.
With from my understanding and from stuff that I've heard, it was from the verses.
Okay.
And it was Cameron negotiating his own little back end deal.
Yeah.
And not negotiating for them, but just getting them. He negotiated for them.
Yeah.
They got what they got. You know, I think they all got 6 figures or whatever. And then he negotiated more, like $2 million for him, but with other stuff, like other. What you think about that?
That sounds like business.
It do sound like business.
Yeah.
I know some people would say that Jim does have a gripe. Some people would say it's just business.
Yeah.
I mean, Cameron ain't deny it. Like it ain't like he was like, nah, I ain't do that.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I did that. Like that's what the fuck you supposed to do. If he wanted to do more, he should have came and did his business and got more. But I could kind of understand business is business though. Business is business, and that's what I try to tell people. Business is business. It's one of the reasons why it's hard to mix business with friends, and those that have done it and done it well, I commend them. Like the Locks. And that's not to say that there was never any problems. It's people. You're going to have problems. It's just whether it spills out into the public and you let it be known.
Right.
I'm sure the Locks had issues. I'm sure they've had arguments. They would tell you they've had arguments over shit. But they feel like they are real brothers and they've gotten past those things, whatever it was.
Like, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it because it's like, you say he negotiated for
I was about to
them.
say, what was that?
And then he's like, okay, to get me to come out the house, this is what I need.
Yeah. And the only thing that I say is I always look at it from my perspective. Everybody's different though. And he might not see anything wrong with it and might have thought, oh, my bad. Like I was negotiating for me. I figured you would come and try to negotiate for you. But I look at it from my perspective, and the only thing I can say is what I would do. I look at it if it was me and you or our whole crew back in the day. Yes, I would negotiate what I wanted, but then I would have came to you and been like, listen, I'm negotiating this. Maybe you want to go and negotiate. I don't know. Maybe he did that. I'm not sure. And maybe Jim still felt like he should have did it. Like some people feel like that. Some people were like, you my man, you should have. But that's the only thing I can say. If he didn't do that, I would have done differently. I would have came to you and been like, listen, I'm negotiating this, and it seems like this is what I'm going to get. So maybe, I don't know if you can get as much draws. I don't know, depending on what was going on at the time or whatever. Like maybe Cameron does get more draw than Jim. And that's something that you would have to deal with. You real brothers or whatever. Like I'll be fine with that. Like you got more draw than me. I got more draw than you. Like I would be all right. Hey, whatever it is. I'm just trying to I would still use my leverage to try to help all of us. And I think that's where Jim's coming from. He's like, we brothers, you should have used your leverage to negotiate. But he might not feel that way. So I that's why I say it's it's like double edged. Yeah, I don't know anything. This is all alleged.
I heard.
I mean, I heard what
Cameron
said.
Talking. They weren't even like cool like that before that.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it's void to me. Like the point that Jim's making is void. If y'all wasn't cool like that, and he still was like, listen, we can get all of us. I'll suck it up for whatever. We ain't really talking, but we a crew, so I'll suck it up. I don't see Jim's point if that's the case. Yeah, like I look at that from my perspective too. Like if we weren't talking, but we weren't like beefing actively or whatever, and like maybe I wouldn't be like go. We ain't talking. Like we ain't talking. Yeah. Like I might send you a message like, listen, we trying to get this verses together. We gonna suck it up for whatever so we can get this money. And I think that's it. Like that's all you need. That's all you get.
And who knows if they have past gripes to where where Cameron is like, well, I'm not even. It's not that.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. And like I said, it's Jim's right to have an issue with that too. So, but I guess it's just your perspective, like whether or not. I just hate that they were so tight, and now it's this. Because I have seen stuff. Well, more from Jim, like shit that it could go left. And I don't like that at all. And I don't know about if it would go left with Jim, but I know some of his crew that he run with now, it could go left with maybe. Because I don't know how much they are in tune with Dipset, like if they cool with them. But also, I heard, and I don't want to talk about this too much because I don't like it really. To tell you the truth, it's not really entertaining to me. It's just informative. Like I'm interested in it, but I don't get enjoyment out of seeing these two brothers beef like this after they been so close for so long, like coming up together, basically. But I heard that Cameron was like, the people you fucking with, I don't fuck with. And they gonna fuck up your business, and I ain't fucking up my business. So I totally understand that shit. And I don't know. I don't know the people Jim. I know some of the people Jim fucking with, but I don't know them all, and I don't know who Cameron talking about. But if that's true, I totally understand that. I totally get that. Like I'm not fucking with y'all because it's I don't fuck with them. Like I fuck with you. So, but you fucking with them, so I can't fuck with none of y'all. I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like Jim doing his thing on the music side, he got like 5 videos from his new album out. I mean, now they're not like detailed videos. I think he just went on the block and shot videos. But I think that's dope. Like they look professionally shot, but it just look like he on the block, and it's a couple of the videos look like he got the same shit on. So I just think he was like shooting videos, like we just gonna shoot a bunch of shit for these songs. But every day I see him posting something on his YouTube, and the songs is dope. I like the songs I've been hearing.
I've heard people say good things about the album.
Yeah, the album's dope. I haven't listened to the whole thing. My lady listens to it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I heard like 5 or 6 songs, and I've heard what she's played.
I mean, like I wonder, like if like Jim just. I wonder if there was a love there, and it's like, well, damn, like how could you like? I love you,
but
like,
that's
how
it.
Could you,
I think that's it.
Yeah,
because Jim has always been. I'm not gonna say I hate saying the word emotional, but he's. And I say that I know people can take it negatively, I'm not saying it negative. Like when I say he's emotional,
Right.
but he's seems to wear his heart on his sleeve with his peoples. And I can see that. Like I love you. You know, you was my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we beefing, and that's where I'm coming from too. Like
Mm-hmm.
even though we ain't talking, it would have been this with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it could be and Cameron might not be that person. Like he might be like, that ain't me. Like, you know, we wasn't talking, so I ain't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I understand because that's kind of how I am. Like it's gotta be a lot for me to stop fucking with you if we've been down for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gotta be a whole lot, even if we ain't talking, even if I ain't talked to you for years. Like if we down and something come up, I'm gonna speak your name in the rooms that need to be spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how I am. So I can understand, and I've also been in the position of thinking other people are going to be like me, and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the worst thing human beings do. For one, because it sets you up for disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily the other person is bad or they're just different.
Mm-hmm.
They're not you. So
Right.
you can't expect a person to react exactly how you would react in a situation, no
Yeah.
matter who that person is
Yeah.
and how much love they got for you.
Mhm.
Like they're not going to act the same. So I could see that. Like he's probably thinking from his perspective, like, listen, I ain't give a fuck. Like I ain't want to talk to you. Fuck you. But you was my brother.
Mhm.
So if we was in this position, if I was in this room, I still would have been like Dipset. Like everybody, Cameron, we need this. You know, and Cameron might just be like, that ain't me, bruh.
Mhm.
And it seems like that's how Cameron is.
And I don't know, but what if there was things that happened in the past? What if there was things that Jim did that Cameron's like, nah, you went against me? Like,
But that's the other thing.
yeah.
It maybe his personality is like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you showed your cards, and I'm always gonna see that.
Mhm.
Like that's always gonna be what it is.
That's the thing I would say about it is I wonder if you know, even though a lot of people don't like it, maybe is it good for them in a way because their name they're talked about. Their names are out there, you know, being talked about. So is it promotion in a way? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it always is. It's that age old thing of any publicity is good publicity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that, but for the most part, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna say it's not, because it is. You know, people like negative. There's a reason why you can post something positive and get like 5 likes, and then you post something negative and you go viral. Like most things that go viral is negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, it's somewhat human nature in the world we live in now. So I do, to your point, yeah, I think it is helping them.
Yeah. Because people may go to it is what it is to see what Cameron says.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's more views. And
I know my dude. It's funny because dude that cleans my office. It's fucking wild how men conduct themselves. Cool ass dude, and you know me. I'm the type of person. I don't know if people talk to him like that, but I always talk to him all the time. Yeah, a black dude, younger black dude, and I don't know if I want to say he told me he owns the cleaning service, like it's his own business, but I don't know if he said that or if we was talking about it. We was talking about it, but I can't remember if he said he owns it. But anyway, he talks to me. I see him every night because I always stay late, so he's coming in like 5:30 cleaning the shit, and he'd be like, "What up, big dog?" He always be like, "What up, big dog?" He always listening to that Cameron.
Okay.
And, Mace podcast. Yeah, he always be having it, but he be having it loud. Shout out to him. I don't even know his name. That's why I was saying, like, dudes is weird. I've been talking to this dude, like he been coming in, we've been conversating, and I've been speaking with him like every day for like years, and I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
And he might know my name because it's on my desk, but that's the only reason. But we still like cool as hell. Like I feel like that's my boy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my boy. So that's funny. Men crazy.
Yeah, I there's somebody like, well, not quite like that. We don't talk that much, but there's a guy at one warehouse I go to, and he's not, like, always nice to me, knows my name, speaks and everything. And I don't know his name. So my thing is,
You should ask his name one day.
No, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna ask somebody else.
No, why don't you ask him? You should ask him. Have you ever asked him his name? Because I'm planning on asking dude his name.
Okay.
If you never asked, I would ask. If you asked before, I probably would ask somebody else.
I just feel like it might feel awkward or like feel like, damn, like I know your name, like why you don't know my name type.
But if you never knew it, that's the thing. Like how he know your name?
I don't know. Maybe from other guys there that know my name and
yeah, maybe you heard it or whatever.
Or maybe like it's in the system or something.
I don't know. That reminds me of this meme I saw. Well, not a meme. Somebody on social media, this woman, she was like, damn, y'all, my husband just did something I didn't even know you could do. Dude came up to him, they was talking, and he was like, what's your name again? he was like, I never knew you could ask somebody their name again. Like, he's just like, fuck that. Never doing that shit. Like, if I forgot your name, I don't want you to know I forgot it. He's like, my husband just like, what's your name again? Like, you can do that shit? I'm like, that's funny to me because people are like that.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, I just say, I've been planning on asking dude his name and I don't know why I didn't the other day when we was talking for a little bit, like a while. I usually it's in passing. I see him in the bathroom because I'm always late getting out of there, so he's usually cleaning the bathroom while I'm going my last run. So I'll be in there like, I'm fucking up your bathroom again. He'd be like, nah, you good. So, but
he don't got his name in on his shirt or nothing?
Nah, he ain't he ain't got no uniform, nothing. He just come in there in sweats and just got all his equipment and shit and sweeping, do all that stuff. So
I mean, yeah, you can.
But I'm fine asking. I'm fine asking even if I asked before.
Have like bonds with people and not really know their name fully.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I do that at work, period.
Yeah.
Like it's mad people I work with every day. I've been there for 20. Well, no, not in this office. This office I've been there for like 10 years. But I mean, I work for 23 years. And it's motherfuckers I started with that I don't know their name. And I don't directly work with them anymore. But I used to work with them in the same office and I still see them about. The only way some people I know their name is from email. Like whenever I got to email them or they emailed me. And then like one lady I sat next to for a long ass time, for like 7 years. I sat near her. She didn't have her name on her desk. I never knew it for like the longest. Talked to her every day, like for long time. She knew my name. I never knew her name. And she sent me an email one day, and I seen her name, and I was trying to figure out who it was that sent me the email. And then she came by my desk and was like, did you get my email? And I was like, oh, yeah, I got it. I was like, after 7 years, I know her name now. Now I'll be talking to her. I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Like, that should be wild, though. But just thinking about that shit, I said, damn, yo. And it's still people that I don't know their name. I see them every day. Talk to them. They know my name. I'm one of a few black people, period, there. And I'm one of the few black dudes. Like, there's not many black dudes in my field in social work. So, at night,
my bad.
It was good though. Earthquake. Nah. I bought a hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It ain't come yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it out on my deck. I was trying to get it.
Okay.
While my lady was gone, because she always wants one. So I was trying to have it come and set it all up.
Oh yeah.
And then when she came back home, like, oh, it's like vacation.
Yeah.
But it's not coming till Tuesday, so she gonna be here by then.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like they got these new hot tubs where they they're like blow up. They're like inflatable, but it has like rigid shit inside.
Okay.
That insulates it, so it's not like a blow up pool, but it's kind of almost the same type of stuff. But the inside is like foam and it's rigid and it's hard. But they're less expensive than like say them big real hot tubs that you might see. The fiberglass hot tubs, those like $3,000-$4,000. These are like $600-$700. So that's the kind I bought.
Okay.
But it looks nice though. Got a lot of good reviews. So I'm hoping it's nice. I think it'll be fine for me. Anyway, I'm hoping she like it. She's more picky than me.
So it's so is it like it won't like bust or like get a hole in it and just like deflate?
No, well, I mean, if you poke it with something, it will.
Right.
Yeah, but as long as you're careful, it's not.
Okay.
It's like strong material.
Okay.
Yeah. Or that it's a little nicer one than some of them you can get like off Amazon for like $200, $250. They just blow up. Just fill them up with water and got some bubbles at the bottom. This got like the filter and all that stuff, and like the chlorine stuff and the tabs, and has an app to control it, and it has a control pad too on it.
Okay.
But it has an app that you can control it with it, and yeah, it looks pretty dope. So I'll see. And I bought these awning things that stretch out because I want privacy.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna install them on my deck. And then when we want privacy, you just pull them out.
Yeah.
And it's like a wall.
Yeah.
It's like a privacy fence.
Yeah.
But you can retract it so it doesn't always have to be up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to install that on the deck. I really want a pool, but that's not in the budget. And I don't mean a blow up pool. I want a pool put in my backyard.
Okay.
Yeah, not in this economy though. Not with your boy wilding out. I don't know what's going on. Got to have an emergency fund.
I was like reading Dave Ramsey's book with the Money Makeover.
Oh, okay.
Like years ago, and I think he says in that one of the steps is to, when you get to a certain point, is to build up enough savings that could cover you. I think for six months.
Yeah.
If
6 to 8 months, you should have enough.
Yeah.
To cover whatever bills you have for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
But that's what you should have, because you never know what might happen. And then you're out of work, and especially now, like it's gonna take a minute to find another job and all that stuff. So yeah, you just gotta be prepared for stuff like that. I was just reading about Gene Hackman and his wife passing. Like that's crazy. I did hear that they might have thought it was foul play, but I don't know if anything ever came out about that. I don't know if but they say well, I don't know. Allegedly, everything is allegedly, because I'm not sure. I only know what the reports were. And they said she died from the hantavirus. It's like a virus transmitted by rodents. And it causes like flu-like symptoms, but it can kill you, obviously. And Gene Hackman he was 95. I didn't realize he was that old. But he had dementia. So it's sad because she died a week before he did. And they're saying that he might not even known that she was dead. Like that she died. Like he just was in there, I guess, thinking, because he had a pacemaker. So the pacemaker relays the information. Because my dad has a pacemaker and he got this thing in his house that is always connected to the hospital. So they can tell what's going on with his pacemaker. So I think that's what he had, and they said his heart had activity for a week after she died. So he was just in the house, and then he passed away. But I know they were saying foul. It might have been foul play. I don't know if they just was thinking that because there was no other reason or what. But yeah, man, that's sad. Gene Hackman's one of the greats. I was remembering, what was that? Was it what's the movie with him and Denzel? I just remember that scene. Not Red October. That ain't it, is it?
That might be it.
Hunt for Red October. Scene between him and Denzel.
Yeah.
Like that shit made me forget I was watching a movie. That shit was like real. You know, their conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's acting. Like that's acting. Like them two.
Were you an Angie Stone fan? What I didn't know
Oh man,
is that
I ain't even say R.I.P. Angie Stone.
Yeah, I didn't know that she was a hip hop pioneer.
Oh yeah, she was a rapper. Yes.
Yeah, I saved to watch later some songs from what was the group's name? The Sequence.
Sequence.
So I'm wondering if there's songs that I've heard before that they've done and put out.
And we was just talking about Angie Stone, remember? Last
yeah, because we was talking about D'Angelo. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I realized
like a week later.
Yeah. Like sometimes we'll talk about stuff and then it's like well, not to correlate that with this, but I just noticed that sometimes we'll talk about stuff and it'll be then other people will start it'll be a thing. It'll be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just the same wavelength or what.
Yeah.
People stealing our shit. All 30 people that watch. Appreciate it. Nah, but I mean, we got audio too, so I don't know how many people.
Yeah,
I gotta look at the
because
numbers.
I noticed that, like, I'm like, Dad, we talked about this, and then I'll see other podcasts start talking about stuff or somebody say something similar or the same thing. I like YouTube, and for a long time I wanted to do something on there. So now I am. And you posted on one of my videos, don't delete this. And, you know, like, it's funny because I felt a little crazy at a point because I'm like, oh, my goodness. I looked at it. Like, at first I'm feeling it and I'm vibing. And then, like, the next day I'm looking at it and I'm like.
That's how it is.
I feel, like, vulnerable or people are going to judge me.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that is a vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Like, posting, period.
Mm-hmm.
Is because you're letting somebody into your world and you're opening yourself up to criticism that you might not want, but you gotta ignore that shit because there's always gonna be somebody out there that don't like something. There's always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna have something negative to say, but most of the time, you know, it don't matter. It don't matter what they say.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that's gonna like it too. So that's what I found. I can truly say that I get very little negative comments, and I appreciate that. And maybe that's a good thing that I'm a smaller YouTuber because I can see the more people, because I have had videos where it's more people, the more people it goes to. Like I had what video I posted? Oh, the PlayStation Portal. I posted that video. That shit went to 10,000 views in like 2 days. But the amount of negative comments I got, because it's more people. It's a bigger pool of people. It's not the community that I know. Because a lot of people in the Transformers community I know personally. I see them. I go to conventions. I go to places where they're going to be. So I think even when people want to say something negative, I think they think about that. Like, oh, I might see him. Yeah. I might see him in real life. Not that I'm going to do anything, you know, I got to defend myself, but hopefully they don't ever get to that. But I do think it's easier for people to say negative shit about somebody that they don't know or they're not going to see. They're not going to have any contact with. So I look at that too. But with that video, to my point, it was a bigger pool of people that don't know me. It's electronics. It's less of what. It's still my brand because I do electronics too. But it was less of, like, I'm not going to electronic conventions. I want to, but I'm not going to CES and that stuff yet. And even with that, like, it's not close knit. Like, the electronics is not like the Transformers. Like Transformers, I'm in different groups on Facebook. And I know these people. I've been to places with them. We've had parties together. I've been to some of their houses, like stuff like that. So it's just a more close knit thing. So I don't get a lot of hate comments, which is great. But depending on what you do, you may get a lot. And You just gotta ignore that shit. Like fuck that.
Yeah, it's like
I know back in the day. Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay.
But I just wanted to reiterate, like not deleting, because I know back in the day you would delete.
Oh yeah,
you would delete whole fucking
because
accounts. You would delete accounts like it wasn't nothing. And the next week I'm like, where the fuck you go? And you're like, nah, delete that shit. Like delete the whole thing. Like be having mad posts and just delete the whole account.
I think that's me being highly self-critical, you know, and like feeling exposed and like feeling like people are gonna judge me. And which I remember I posted one thing, and somebody did put something on like a judgment, or they made a post, and I guess I couldn't handle it at the time. And
when was this?
This was a few years ago, maybe back in 2019.
Oh, okay.
I posted something, and somebody had something negative to say, and I just deleted it.
It does. I mean, it's not an easy feat. Like when I say that, I understand like human nature. I personally think that's one of the hurdles. That's one of the biggest hurdles to get over, and one of the hurdles that stop a lot of people from posting and going on about. Because I tell my lady that all the time because she wants to start doing travel vlogs and stuff, and they're big, and they're pretty good too. And she's posted a few reels on Facebook, just normal stuff like going into the room and just showing it around, and then got a lot of people, a lot of views and comments. So I was like, you should go. I'll help you edit and all that. But I think she's a little scared of the criticism, like the negative stuff, you know, and it's understandable. It's understandable. It's not an easy thing to deal with, but I think that's one of the biggest hurdles. Once you get over, you be like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, because I was the same way. I think that was the biggest thing for me posting. Then I just was like, fuck it, and just started posting shit. Just started going, and got a few negative comments here and there, but for the most part, it's been positive. And even the negative stuff, like it just doesn't. Now it doesn't really affect me at all.
Oh, good.
You know, like even when I do get negative stuff, usually I'll say something clever back, or I just keep it as engagement, depending. Like I've got a couple hateful shit, and I erase that because it may affect other people too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was just like hate racist shit or other comments, just stupid shit, the stupid shit that happens on the internet. So I'll erase that. But most of the time I leave the negative comments even. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. Like it doesn't bother me. You know, it's a negative. Sometimes you get them negative comments that are true. Like that kind of, they're the worst ones. Yeah. They're the worst ones that you kind of know that they a little bit right. They could have presented it better, but they're a little right. Like they're the ones that you be like, damn, like damn, you had to hit me there. You had to hit me there. Like,
I got a comment on one of my videos, and it's just a perspective that the guy, I sent it to you. And
yeah.
And that
like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. Yeah.
And it was, I didn't look at it like that. Like I hadn't seen it like that. I'm talking about a certain thing. And
I know you, so I figured it was sexual.
Yeah.
Like, so,
but you know what? Also, I changed the original lyrics. But when I think about it, that guy would have seen it that way either way, because it's just that the original lyrics are more explicit.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, no, if they're more explicit, he might have got it better, but he still might have had an issue with it. And who knows? I mean, he might not even had an issue. He might have just been trying to leave a funny comment. That's how I read it.
Okay.
Because I leave comments like that. Like I'm the comment king on I'm self-proclaimed comment king on TikTok. Like I'm always leaving, and it's not like I'm trying to be super extra funny, but I'm like that in real life. Like I usually be quicker, but I'm pretty quick with sarcasm and shit like that. So if I see a video and I just shit'll pop in my head and I just leave it, leave the comment. Like, and I've gotten, like a lot of my comments got like 30, 40,000 likes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I just, and it's not like I'm trying to be the comment king. I'm just, and that's self-proclaimed. I know I ain't even nowhere near. I'm being funny, facetious, really. But I just like to comment on TikTok. I like to comment on people's videos. And I get negative shit too a lot too. I don't care. Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, that's how I know I'm past that shit. But some of that shit be wild. Like, that'd be really negative. Like, it's a lot. So, but I don't care. I'm like, and I leave comments, like serious comments too, when I see like political shit and shit like that. And I get a lot of negative, like you get negative shit there, but I don't really care about that. Cause I know they on the wrong side of the history anyway. But yeah, I think you just gotta get over. You gotta get over. And everybody out there thinking of posting, just gotta post. Just gotta do it. And once you keep doing it, you'll get over it.
And I see like what's a cool thing is I see like maybe even from doing this, I see ways I can improve and things I can do to make the videos better or to make my performance better or make the videos come out better, make them more entertaining, or even like I think I said earlier, like because of my cowlicks that were showing on a recent video I did, I'm contemplating on going bald. I would think that would look better on camera, So I think when I look at the videos I post, I want to enjoy them, So I'm looking at what I like to see when I look at other people's videos.
I think that I mean that's how it should be. I think that's the best thing. That's how I started my YouTube channel. Like that's the best thing for you, I think, for anybody. It is do shit that's enjoyable, that you like doing, that's kind of for you. It's one thing it also depends on what you want. If you trying to be super successful in YouTube, chase that algorithm. Are you trying to make all the money you can make? Chase the algorithm. Just know it's not going to last. Your enjoyment is not going to last. And you're going to get burned out quicker doing that than if you make stuff for yourself and hopefully somebody out there like it. So that's the only reason I started doing the reviews and shit is because I saw people doing it, but I didn't see people doing it how I felt like I would do it, except for a couple people, which kind of got me, my boy Bobby Skullface. He was like one of the first people I saw doing a review that was critical, that was actually thoughtful instead of just a showcase. Like a lot of people I saw in the beginning was like, hey, here's this thing. This is what it does. Transforms. Here's the truck. And it's cool. Go buy it. And that's it. And I'm like, that's not a review. And then I saw Bobby, and he's like, here's this thing. The arm don't fucking move right. It's jacked up. The hand is like this, and it should have the fingers move. And I'm like, damn. Now I know what the fuck this thing does. Like, and I'll go buy it if I want to buy it. If I don't, I'm not going to buy it. So when I saw him do that, I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. Because that's what I do. Like, I'm an honest person. I try to be as honest as I can. And that's what I would want to do. If I go over these things, I would want to say if the arm don't move as far as I would want it to move, or maybe you want it to move. I want to say that the paint is chipping and coming off, and I didn't see that a lot. So I wanted to do my own thing. But that's, to my point, that's what it is. Like, just do what you want to do. It's the best thing. And somebody out there like it.
I agree with that. And I think I actually like posted a lot of really good stuff in the past that I deleted.
Yeah, I do too. Like I was mad at a lot of shit that you would do. Like I used to be mad when you would, cause it'd be like songs and stuff, and I'm like, we could both get traction. Like everybody get traction, and it was good shit. Like good shit that I wanted you to have out there, and you would delete the whole fucking count. Next week I'll be like, the count's gone. It was getting some views. It was getting good views, and then the count's gone. And I'm like, oh damn. Like, why you erase the whole account?
Couldn't take it. Couldn't take the pressure.
Couldn't take the pressure. No. You've changed a lot. I was saying that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure we all have from when we were younger, but you've really matured a lot and changed. Like, I think for the better.
Oh, thank you.
A lot in your later years. I mean, not later. You ain't like you old, but yeah, I think you've changed a lot, and you've become more confident and more secure, even with your insecurities. Like you've gotten more secure, even with like not just with them, but knowing them and figuring stuff out. Like I think you've changed.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
No doubt.
You know what? I agree with you. You know what? I think one of the things is I can say that.
I mean, age, I'm sure.
Well, yeah.
Being on this earth longer.
Yeah. And loving myself more, or loving myself, period.
Yeah. I can see that.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. I think you've gotten more comfortable. You've gotten more comfortable with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's visible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we all struggle with that. So that's what we need to be. I think personally I've gotten worse. Like I don't know. These last few years took a toll on me. Like with COVID, like from COVID to now, like it's been a lot going on with my mental health. Like that has never been a thing for me. Not like that, like it is now. So
like recently. So I think it's important to stay abreast of certain things, but also what I've noticed about myself recently is some things that are happening now. It's like, and I'm looking at on the news and stuff, like, this is what it is. This is how this person really is. Like, that's in this position. Like, it stresses me out. It starts to stress me.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm not looking at every video now, every report now. I'll read the headline, and if I'm interested enough, I'll look at it. But certain things, like, just thinking about it now, like, stress me some. So I'm not looking like I was looking, but even though I do think it's important to be aware and to pay attention.
Yeah, I think it's a delicate balance that you gotta strike.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to be aware. I think you need to make other people aware. I think I OD on shit because I am. I had posted the other day, like, this is the wrong time to be a lover of history and somebody that wants to keep abreast and have all the news. I was like, this is the wrong fucking time for that shit, because I don't think it's good. I think it's good to stay involved, whatever that looks like, because I think now more important than ever. But I don't think that means read every damn thing that comes, because a lot of these news outlets and places, they're just going to sensationalize, and it's already crazy enough. Like, I don't need the extra shit that y'all add, the extra sauce, to make it so so much. It's already enough. Like, it's enough. Just report what it is. Like, it's already enough. Like, it's already fucking out there. This fucking clown. But I don't need the extra shit. Like, I don't even want to talk about what I seen one day, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, just the headline. Just the headline had me stressed all fucking day. Like, the rest of the day. And then I actually read a different story about what they were talking about, and it wasn't really that. Like, it was, but it wasn't. The way they made it sound in the headline and a little bit that I read, it was like on some wild shit. That's the other thing. Like, they just reporting every single thing. And speaking politically, since we are there, kind of, because y'all know what we talking about, but a lot of not a lot. Well, I can say a lot, but some of the stuff like that's coming across the headlines is changing. It's changing daily. Like, it's not that no more. Like, there's a headline I saw yesterday, and today he changed his mind because of some bullshit. Probably he ain't know how the fucking shit work, and he just said some shit, and then they fucking reported it, and now everybody's stressed. And then he's like, oh, I can't do that. Like, oh, my bad. And now it's not, it's not that. So,
but at the same time, I think it's important to know all of that, to know
you
everything.
Need to know
there was a time I was telling you, like years ago, this guy approached me and he wanted to talk about politics.
I remember,
and I just didn't know enough, even though I felt like I knew that. I felt like I knew that a certain person just was a certain way. I wasn't able to articulate an argument with the person. I didn't have enough information, and so I think it's important to know, and not just for that reason, but like, I think it's important to know and to just know what's going on and what's taking place and how it's affecting people and how it can affect your loved ones and just the world and the country. And I think it's important that people keep talking, giving their opinion, and talking about it. Like, there's been a couple of outlets that have helped me, like the Daily Show, where they talk about certain things and make me laugh, and that has made me feel better, and it's made me feel better to see other people feel how I feel.
Yeah.
Things,
That's the number one. I think. I think it can get lost, especially now, because they make up so many statistics that aren't real. Like, when people be like, half the country wants this. No, it's not half the country. Like, it's a lot less than that.
And basically, like, people are saying that this guy just goes on TV and lies.
Yeah, I mean, he lies. He told like 25,000 lies during his first term or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he lies. He lied in the dress 50,000 times. So, I mean, it is what it is. He already done established his pattern. But yeah, I do, to your point, I do agree that it's important that people keep talking. Because this shit ain't right.
Yeah, keep talking and keep challenging things and, keep fighting against things. I think we was talking about that before.
Empathy is not weakness. So, I think your boy Musk said that. He felt like empathy was weakness.
No.
I think it's the opposite of weakness. So, it takes a strong person to empathize with somebody that is not in their reality. Like, there's a lot of shit that I'll be all right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that I could just sit back and be like, I'll be all right. Not everything, I mean, there's a lot of shit that I'm not all right. But like, financially, like, there's a lot of shit that more than likely I'm like, I'll be all right. But that ain't the point.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of other people that ain't gonna be all right. So I just don't understand that form of thought. I mean, I do understand it. I understand, the evil that it comes from, but like I just never. I guess that's why I'm in the field I'm in, because I just never understood that. Just like when they say Republicans and the right and left is the same, and I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not the same. Like, I think I said it before. Like the left radical wants free lunch for everybody, like free shit. Where that may be bad, like it not bad, but it may not be feasible to give everybody just free shit all the time. But like free lunch, like we want free lunch, and y'all want to go back to the 1930s. Like it just ain't the same. It ain't the same. It's not comparable.
A bad look was like when Zelensky went to the Oval Office. That's where he was, right? The Oval Office.
Yeah.
And J.D. Vance said to him, "Oh yeah, you campaigned for the opposition." Like, it just looks bad to me. Like a leader from another country came, and you're calling somebody from the same country the opposition, right? Like, just it is what it is, the race and everything like that for the White House. But then, like, at some point, are we standing unified as a country? You know what I mean?
Oh, hell no. Like, I mean, we're not. And we're becoming the laughing stock of the whole world now.
And that just was that whole thing. He said, J.D. Vance said a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. And just because it was just for show.
Yes, he was going to come and campaign for Biden. Biden helped him in this country.
Yeah.
Yes, he was going to do that.
But even that, like, it's just like they set him up, basically. Like, they planned that. It wasn't about anything. They just wanted to humiliate him. And that's crazy to me. And they're not smart people. This is why you don't want a businessman and a bad businessman at that as your president. Like, because he's not giving a fuck about none of that shit, and he don't even know how shit works half the time. He's just making decisions that's off the cuff. So I don't know. It's just crazy. But I'm about to go on a tangent. I'm about to go spiraling. Nah.
Like, it really makes me wonder if the election was really stolen. Like, I heard the other day, and I don't have all the information or facts, but I heard someone say basically that the Democrats just didn't push back. They wanted to respect the process. They didn't push back.
I mean, that's true. They didn't push back.
They didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, because I think that's where the fault is with Democrats. They've been for years trying to be respectable. When every opposition, whatever you want to call it, was not respectful. Like they gotta even at the address, that shit was pissing me off. Like, y'all holding up signs, the protest. I'm like, throw something at that bitch. Like, like, get kicked out. Fuck it. Like the one dude, like I'm like, yo, this ain't the time to be respectful. It ain't the time. That's why I like Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
I just was thinking about truth.
What she said.
Yo, she the truth. And AOC. Like, I know people don't like AOC. I want to buy
one of them child shirts from Jasmine Crockett.
What it say?
Child. Cause
yeah. Definitely. Yeah, protect her at all costs.
Out, yeah.
Protect her, please. But she one of the few that's up there telling it as it is. And there's a couple other too.
I think that's exactly what we need too.
Yeah. Stop.
Like, we know what it is.
Stop being scared. Say that shit.
Like it seems like it's the time to be like, not to be like, is this what it really is? No. Yes.
No, this is what it is. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And the fact that this is what it is the part that like really stresses me out. Like,
yeah. No, I feel you. The fact that it is stressful. Because the fact that people, it's not choosing sides. And that's the thing. Like, it's moral versus no morals, basically. Like, anybody that thinks like this is good, like there's no anybody that's against diversity, inclusion, and equality, you've never been a good guy. Like, anybody against that isn't a good person. For one. Like, that's just what it is. You're not a good person. But like the shit that's going on, like what stressed me out was the general, the 4-star general that got fired and replaced with like a retired white 3-star general. Like no type of, not even close to her.
I didn't hear a lot about that being. Well, I thought it was a man that was fired.
No.
Editor influence here. It's a 4-star general, Charles Q. Brown Jr. and Lisa Franchetti, which was a leader of the Navy. Felt like they deserved to be named. There were also 2 other high-ranking officials that were fired.
I didn't see enough about that.
They're suppressing it. News,
I'm like,
the news ain't even.
Because when that happened, I'm like,
shit.
When that happened, I'm like, did he just fire a black man and replace him with a white man? Was this just racism, like right in front of our faces?
What? Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's what it is.
Yeah. And like
racist and sexism. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. The whole ending of the DEI. I mean, not that that's even a fucking real thing. Like, there's a reason for shit like that. But because of this.
So
and it makes 0 sense.
So, and then like, and the reasoning, I think the reasoning was he was in support of DEI like years ago. How do you demote somebody who's more qualified than the person you put in?
Because they feel like they're not because of their race or gender. And that's the point. Just like when Tucker.
That's racism.
Yeah.
That's sexism.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like when Tucker said, if I see a black woman as a surgeon, I would think she was scooted in there. And dude have responded to him was like, that's because you're racist.
Yeah.
Because dude was, and his white dude, he was like, if I saw a black surgeon, black female surgeon, knowing there's people out there like you, knowing there's administrators out there like you, I would feel like I'm in good hands.
Yeah.
Because I know she had to do all this extra shit and prove to so many people so much that she was the best.
Yeah.
You know, so he was like, I would feel great
if
a black woman came in as my surgeon. And that's what I don't think they understand that.
Yeah, that's true. Because if she was fucking up, yo, would get her the fuck out of there.
Yup, exactly. Yeah. They if she wasn't good as she needed to be, she would be out of there. That's what I don't think. I mean, they're dumb. Most of the people that think like that is stupid anyway. But I mean, mediocre hires. That's what's going on now.
I have a theory or something that comes to my mind sometimes. I'll tell you off air.
Oh, okay.
Is he trying to placate us by having an event for Black History Month?
He's always placating everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's
or
him.
trying to.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't falling for this bullshit. Yeah. But but there's a lot of people out there that are falling for his bullshit. And that little just like with the garden thing with the black statues and shit. With Kobe statue and there's a bunch of black people that he's gonna put statues in the White House garden and some shit. That shit is wild. And you'll have people be like, see? Look. Like, that's what they always do. See? Look. I'm like, yeah, see? Look at his fucking cabinet. Look at this shit he's doing. But you see, they're getting to taste their own medicine. Trump supporters who now they're like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? It been that. Just like the dude that you was talking to. That you said, he was like, oh, he can't do that. Like, he been saying what the fuck he wanted to do. Like, he been saying it. So don't now that it's affecting you, because that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Now that it's affecting you, now you're upset. When it was going to affect other people, you ain't give a fuck. So that's why I ain't got no sympathy for them. None. No tears for none of the motherfuckers. I don't care. Okay. I'm glad we touched on it a little bit, though. At least. Because I do think it's important to talk about.
I mean, because when we're talking about Canada and Trudeau, like, these tariff decisions just don't seem like smart decisions. Like,
they're not.
Yeah.
They're not smart decisions. Everybody that's for them, that don't understand tariffs. Like I always said, I ain't explaining tariffs to nobody that fucking voted for, that's stupid enough to vote for him. But
it's like he's not doing things that are good for the American people.
No, he don't care about us. He doing shit that's good for the billionaires that he's in class, in bed with. Like, that's it. Just like firing, like having Elon up there. He's just kissing his ass, too, basically.
Real things, and people have said these things. I've seen people saying these things, but I just like to. I mean, sometimes some things need to be said that they're just real. They're real things that need to be addressed. Well, I'd rather at this moment hope for still like a good outcome, or a outcome that's better than I just don't want to say anything that I don't like to put negativity in the air. Like when it comes to certain things.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that things still turn out good. Basically. I try not to be negative, but some things just need to be said.
Well, I mean, I posted a video today. I follow a therapist that is really real, and I like her a lot and what she says, because it's real therapy. It's not that bullshit social media therapy, not the little meme therapy. Like, it's real therapy. And she was saying today that she don't practice reframing, and she don't tell her clients to reframe, because some shit is negative. Some shit gotta be negative. And that's the only way you'll get past it, is to understand it's negative. When reframing is when something happens to you, you reframe it like, oh, well, it's the universe. Oh, well, everything happens for a reason. No, it doesn't all the time. Sometimes shit is negative for no reason at all. And that's just what it is. And you got to deal with that being. Now, you don't have to stay in that negativity. But like I said, and like you're alluding to, some shit is negative, and that's just what it is. It's negative. And there's no way to get past it unless you understand that this is negative, and there's steps that you need to take for it to turn positive. So I 100% agree with what you're saying. Like there's some shit that just can't be reframed, because it's not. There's no way to reframe it. Like, this is negative, and it's bad. Like, it's a bad thing. And unfortunately, there's a lot of shit these days that is just negative. There's no way to reframe it.
And I mean, for me, it's important to keep track of and acknowledge the positive things too.
Yeah. I mean, there's always positive. It can feel, daunting at times, but there's always positive that you can still be grateful for. You can still, take a tally of. That's a good therapy tactic too. Is journaling. That's one of the reasons, because you journal. I mean, you can journal everything, the negative and the positive, but you can start your day with journaling. You can write down everything you're grateful for. I know a lot of people are like, well, I can just say it in my head. It's different when you write it down. So it's just a different thing. It affects you differently. I know everybody says, nah, it's not going to be no different because I wrote it down. Start doing it and you'll see.
Maybe I'll try that, because
and it's not the end all miracle cure of negativity, but it helps a whole lot. It does,
because I do it in my head a lot. I think of
now
things.
write it down, write it on paper, get a journal, write that shit down every morning. Wake up, write down what you're grateful for. Helps a lot. You can write it down, throw it away. Don't even have to even look at it again. But just the act of writing it down is different. I'm ready to get up out of here.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah, we ended on kind of a somber note, but I mean, I think it's important. The political stuff is important. I know people want to tune out, but I think that's what they want. Don't tune out. Keep fighting. Keep voicing your opinion. Unless you're one of them supporters. Cause fuck you if you are. Nah. Nah, I ain't playing. But we gonna get on up out of here now. It was great. It was great talking to you.
Great talking to you too.
And it was great talking
my brother.
For you. Check us out next week, I guess.
Thank you for watching.
A couple weeks.
Peace. Love.
Be nice
happiness,
to everybody.
Safety.
Life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.